There really is no other city in the world like New York. I first went there just before I started studying at Yale, and I returned often during my time at Yale, and that's where I'll be spending this week. So today we're going to do a talk on the composers who crossed the Atlantic Ocean and spend some time in New York. Anton Dvorak was born in the Czech Republic, but at the age of 51, he was offered a lot of money to move to New York City and to become the director of the National Conservatory of Music. So that's exactly what he did. Dvorak had this wonderful vision of life in the New World, and he wanted to immerse himself in American music. In 1893, the New York Philharmonic commissioned him to write a symphony entitled From the New World. So he did, and it became one of his most well-known pieces. Gustav Mahler made his debut conducting the Metropolitan Opera at the age of 47, and it was in New York City that he spent the last few years of his life. He served as music director of the New York Philharmonic from 1909 to 1911. Sergei Prokofiev became determined to leave Russia in 1918. He figured there was no longer room for his experimental music in his home country. I guess he figured the United States would be a better fit. He arrived in New York City and enjoyed a successful concert tour, but his success did not continue, so he ended up leaving for Paris. Igor Stravinsky was also born in Russia, and during his lifetime he would end up moving to Switzerland, France, Boston, and Hollywood. During his time in the United States, he would end up conducting the New York Philharmonic. And finally, at the age of 87, he moved to New York City and bought an apartment a few years later. After living in 4 different countries around the world, Igor Stravinsky died in New York City in 1971.